So I'm challenging you today. The next time you encounter a challenge, see it as an opportunity to grow. Hi, my excellent family. Welcome again to another episode on the Winnie School of Excellence channel. Now, I know you noticed the name change. And if you haven't heard, I'm wondering where you have been. Are you even a member of this community? If you haven't heard that we have rebranded, you need to go watch the rebrand announcement video that we made, or we put up, I think about 2 weeks ago, just explaining in detail why we chose to rebrand. But I'm going to just share with you just briefly why we chose to rebrand from the Winnie School of Elegance to Winnie School of Excellence. So the vision changed. When we first started the Winnie School of Elegance, it was just to teach people confidence, poise, being elegant on the outside and just being stylish and all of that. But as we progressed with the journey, we found out that we were putting out more value than just being elegant. And we're more concerned about helping people maximize their full potential, helping them thrive in life by empowering them with knowledge and information and the tools and strategies that can help them win. And we got a lot of feedback from people who have been empowered and have gained one or two things, and even more from all the things that we share on the online community. And then we thought to ourselves, well, it's time for us to make more impact. It's time for us to do this on a greater level. It's time for us to upskill. It's time for us to not just focus only on the online space, but bring things out into the physical community so we can start having physical interactions. We set up mentorship programs. We're building a whole different structure. When we sat down and came up with this new strategy, we realized that the name Winnie School of Elegance was not going to embody this new vision that we had. And so that was why it was important for us to have a name change. And so we changed the name from Winnie School of Elegance to Winnie School of Excellence. We also have a brand new logo. If you haven't seen, we also have a video where I talked about what the logo is about, why we designed it, the vision behind the logo. You should definitely watch that video. It will give you all of the idea and give you all the things you need to know about why we actually chose to rebrand. So there's a lot to expect from the Winnie School of Excellence community. There's a lot happening. We have put out the first information about the Masterclass with Winnie 1.0 that's happening on the 7th of June. So the event is an on-site event, but we have opened up the online portal because we got a lot of requests from people all around the world who said they would like to be a part of the event, but they don't live in Lagos or in Nigeria. And so we decided to open up the online portal. So just in case you live outside of Nigeria or you live outside of Lagos, you definitely should take advantage and join the event online now. So Masterclass with Winnie 1.0 is a one-day intensive masterclass that's going to be touching on the topics vision and purpose mastery, competence development, actionable goal setting that actually produce results. We're going to be touching on personal branding and then talking about financial empowerment. So I and 4 other speakers will be gracing the stage that day, giving you all of the tools, the strategies, the information that you need to equip yourself in the areas that I just mentioned so that you can be on your way to becoming your most excellent self and thriving at life on a maximum level. I always say that the fastest way to get to where you're going to is to acquire the knowledge and the information that you need to get to that place. So if any of the topics that I just mentioned right now interests you, which I believe should, if you are someone who is looking to become an excellent person, then you should definitely register to attend the Masterclass with Winnie 1.0. There's a link in the description box down below that will take you to the website, and the website has all of the details that you need on how you can register to attend the Masterclass. I would advise you, if you're looking to discover your purpose, create a vision for your life, walk in the line of your purpose, know exactly the things and the steps you need to take, tailor-made for your own purpose and your vision. If you want to craft a powerful personal brand for yourself, and of course, learn the tools and strategies on how to actually make real money based on the tailor-made vision and purpose that you've crafted for your life, and then finally build your personal brand, then you definitely must plan to attend this masterclass. There's going to be scholarship opportunities. We're going to be giving out scholarships to 5 people that day. We're going to be giving out materials like laptops and phones. There's also going to be opportunities for you to meet potential employers. For those who are seeking job opportunities, there's going to be mentorship opportunities. There's going to be networking opportunities. There's a lot that's going to happen, and there's going to be certificates at the end of the class Yes, everyone who's going to attend, both online and on-site, will receive a certificate of attendance. And that's actually very important on your journey, especially if you're going to be using the information that we teach you to go seek employment opportunities. It's part of you building up your competence. It's part of you building up your CV. So you definitely should plan to attend. Just go to the description box down below to access the link to take you to the website to get more information about the Masterclass with Winnie 1.0. Anyways, moving right along to the main point of today's video. I've titled today's video, "Your Victim Mentality is Keeping You Down, and It's Time to Get Up." Now, I've seen so many people actually suffer through life because of their victim mentality. And the sad part is that most often than not, these people don't even know that they have a victim mentality. Now, what is victim mentality, you might ask? I've put down here in very few words that victim mentality is a mindset where a person believes that they are constantly at the mercy of external circumstances. They're at the mercy of other people, or bad luck just keeps happening to them. They see themselves as powerless. They blame other people for their problems, and they struggle to take responsibility for their actions or the choices that they make out of life. Some signs of people who have victim mentality is that they are always overly sensitive. When you give them constructive criticism or constructive feedback, they take it personal and they choose to attack and put up a defense instead of them to see it as an opportunity to get feedback and learn. These people start to lash out at you emotionally instead of taking the time to reflect to see how your feedback or how their actions actually influence the feedback that you're giving them. Someone with a victim mentality constantly needs to defend themselves. They are always in a defensive mode. They feel the need to always explain every action, justify every action, prove themselves. They take neutral comments personally. You throw a comment in the air about something generally, they just carry it and make it their own personal problem and carry it on top of their head. They keep blaming others for all of their problems. They don't know how to say, okay, this thing happened because it's my fault. They keep saying, oh, that's the reason why I couldn't do it. That's the reason why I couldn't do it. The economy is bad, that's why I'm not doing it. This is bad, that's why I'm not doing it. My mother did not do this, that's why I'm not doing this. They blame everything else and everybody else for their failure, their setbacks, their challenges, and then their lack of fulfillment in life. Someone with a victim mentality constantly feels powerless. They believe that life is happening against them. Everything is working against them. They think nothing ever works for them. They believe so much in bad luck. They have very negative energy. They are constantly complaining. Damn! Complaining about every single thing. You come into their world, they complain from sun up to sundown about how things are not working, and they are very resistant to change. I put down here that they frequently talk about how unfair life is without going out to seek solutions. They reject new opportunities for self-improvement because of fear or the limiting beliefs that they have. But another way you can know if you have victim mentality is that you're always seeking a pity party. When something happens to you, you want to amplify it and make it look like everybody should come to your rescue and pity you because you have gone through the most. Then you seek validation. You want people to validate your nonsense. A person who has victim mentality is always talking negatively about themselves, and then of course they never feel good enough about anything. And if you are that person, it's time to actually stop, pause, and reflect on why you have taken up this mentality. So it's time for you to now ask yourself, what is causing or what has caused me to have or to develop a victim mentality? Am I one with a victim mentality? Do I embody any of the things that Winifred has just mentioned just now? Do I embody any of it? Because it's important for you to have a self-reflection moment right now to see if you have a victim mentality. And some of the things that may have caused or is causing you to have a victim mentality would be things like your past traumas, past experiences, negative experiences that you have that has conditioned you to just expect that bad things will constantly and always happen to you. So maybe in the past, every time you went out to get something done or achieve something, you always ended up with bad luck. And because of that, you have formed this limiting belief that bad things will constantly and always happen to you. Another one is, of course, learned behavior. You probably learned it growing up around people who always constantly blamed other people, for their problems, for their mistakes, for their errors. So if you had a father who would constantly say, oh, my father did not do this for me, my father didn't leave this for me, the government is not doing this, the government is not paying the pension, they always blame everything and everybody else but themselves. You may have learned the behavior from people like that or people around you, and then it now formed a pattern in your own life. Another one, of course, is fear of responsibility. A lot of people are too scared to take responsibility and control of their own life. They feel overwhelmed by everything life throws at them. So they become very complacent. They are like, I'm not going to make a move to level up. I'm okay. I'm just satisfied. They are okay with the status quo and don't want to move from where they are. That can be another reason why you have a victim mentality. So another thing I put down here is that you're comfortable in your comfort zone. Like you like to stay in your comfort zone because you try to avoid the pressure of leveling up. You wonder why in today's society, especially in this part of the world that we are in, you find that when there is a level up video or a level up program for people to watch, you find that you don't find a lot of views on those kind of videos. But when it comes to videos that have gossip or have people maybe watching movies, I'm not saying there's anything wrong in watching movies, but you will find that those videos usually would have more views because people are not interested in doing the hard work that they need to do to level up on their lives. And then you find, because as a result of that, they continue to have victim mentality. They will come complain from sun up to sundown and wonder why life is not working for them. Life is not working for you because you're not putting in the work that you need to put in to achieve the results that you want to achieve. Things aren't working for you because you are not making them work for you. Now, before I move on to tell you how you can overcome victim mentality, if you currently have one, let me just share some effects of having a victim mentality and what it can do for you. And maybe you can even recognize some of these effects in your life and to see the reason why you need to change and come to the other side of someone who has an empowered mentality. So some of the effects include damaged relationships. You will be so problematic in your relationship. The other person will not even be able to understand you at some point. Like I said, I've experienced somebody with a victim mentality before. They always just thought that something was always against them. And so that's where things now become a lot problematic because you are on one hand giving constructive feedback or constructive criticism. The other person with a victim mentality is seeing it as you just trying to condemn them or judging them because they have a victim mentality. That can lead to a damaged relationship. I don't want to be in a relationship with someone who I cannot share my feelings and concerns with, and they take it constructively and see how we can have a conversation around it and then come up with a solution. Because my feelings matter and I want to be able to share them with you and be sure that you heard me and work with me to correct whatever it is that you're doing that's hurting my feelings, at least to a large extent. So it will lead to damaged relationships. Second one is missed opportunities because you don't have a growth mindset. If someone with a victim mentality doesn't have a growth mindset, they are very fixed, they're very lazy, very unmotivated, a bit demotivated. Nothing moves them. They're very lazy, to say the least. And again, they just stay in that place of life is against them. Nothing works. Open up your mind. Things would work. Things are not working because you have limiting beliefs that you've taken on and you've closed up your mindset. And because of that, you will miss out on a lot of opportunities. Where somebody with an empowered mindset is seeing opportunities and advantages, you are seeing limitations. You are seeing disadvantages. You are seeing, this same country, right, in this Nigeria, where majority of the people are saying things are not working, things are hard, things are hard, things are hard. You keep saying it. I am on one hand with an empowered mindset saying, I'm seeing all the opportunities to make money, the opportunities to create a beautiful life for myself. And I'm wondering, why do people keep saying things are hard when the opportunities are everywhere to make things easy? It's as simple as what? Changing the way you think. Changing your mindset. Maybe you have a victim mindset and it's time to change it. Next one is loss of respect and value from others. Nobody respects somebody who doesn't like to take feedback. Nobody respects somebody who doesn't invest in themselves to develop themselves personally, mentally, career-wise, in every way. Nobody would respect you when you have no value to offer. Nobody would respect you if you always see the negatives about everything. nobody would respect you. Another one is, of course, poor work performances. If you're producing poor results in your work, that automatically translates to financial struggles. You would have financial struggles. If you cannot produce results, or if you're not valuable, you would have financial struggles. And the last one I put here is always constantly feeling like you have a victim mentality, or always feeling like a victim who everybody is against. Is very dangerous for your mental health. It will cause you severe stress. So at this point, it's now time for you to make up your mind that it's time for me to come up to the other side. Now, how do you cross over to the other side? On this side is victim mentality. On the other side of it is what I call empowered mindsets. Having an empowered mindset. And I put down here in a few words that an empowered mindset is the belief that you have control over your actions, your choices, and your reactions. You take responsibility for your life, you seek solutions, and you see challenges as opportunities for growth. Every time someone with an empowered mindset meets a stumbling block, instead of them to complain and throw in the towel and say life is against them, they look at that stumbling block as an opportunity to overcome another challenge, become better, become stronger, become tougher, and go win at the damn thing. That's what somebody with an empowered mindset does. And somebody with an empowered mindset is kind of related to somebody who is very mentally strong. Someone who has an I can do it mentality. Someone who doesn't back down at the first sign of failure. Someone who looks at challenge and be like, bring it on. Somebody who is like a David who faces a Goliath and is like, I can take you, man. With the tiniest stone, I will take you. Someone who is not affected by challenges. When they start a project, they meet a challenge at the first encounter of a challenge, they back down. No. Someone with an empowered mindset will see a challenge and be like, okay, how do I cross this challenge? Because what you don't know is that in crossing and overcoming that challenge, you are getting stronger. You are getting to your next level. No, there's this saying that goes, a smooth sea never made a skilled sailor. You want to know who a skilled sailor is? You should look out for how he navigated that ship during the tempest storm, during the worst chaotic storm that can ever happen. That's how you know a skillful sailor. So you know somebody is strong enough, somebody is competent enough when they have gone through challenges and they have come out on the other side of the challenge as victors. That challenge is not bigger than you. Why are you afraid of it? My dear, it's time for you to stop having a victim mentality and empower yourself, okay? Now, some of the benefits of somebody with an empowered mindset is you have increased confidence and self-worth. I always say that those who have built their confidence level and their self-worth to a large extent are the ones who actually have the empowered mindset, who have the I can do it mentality, who has this mentality of all things are working out for my good, who have the mentality of the lines are falling onto me in pleasant places, not just quoting it from a Bible scripture point of view, but believing and knowing that indeed the lines are falling onto me in pleasant places. And even if when things don't look pleasant in the physical, everything is still working for my good. Nothing works against me. Everything works for my favor. Everything works to my advantage. It's only when you have such a mentality that you can see life that way. You find yourself in a country like Nigeria. Things may not be going as you want it. The economy may not be going as you planned it or you desire it. But you look at it and be like, no, Nigeria is not going to be, no, it's not going to be the end of me. I'm going to rise above and create my own system, create my own economy. Even in the midst of this so-called economic hardship, you can create your own life when you have an empowered mindset. And I will show you how to do that in a bit. Of course, you have greater resilience to facing challenges. When you've overcome one challenge, the next time you see another challenge, it will be very easy. Be like, even if the challenge is harder, it will be easy because you've done it before. And now you are sharpening and honing your skill of overcoming challenges. Of course, you have more opportunities for success and growth. Let me tell you something. The people who get the most promotions, who advance in life, are the people who produce results. And the people who produce results are the people who are ready to do the hard work. Results come with work. You have to put in the work. If you don't put in the work, you cannot achieve the results. So why do you want to reap the reward and the benefits of someone who constantly puts in the work when you have not put in the work? Of course, you have a sense of control over your destiny. See, the people who have empowered mindset, they craft a vision for their life. They know where they're going. They are purposeful. Every second counts with them. And then finally, of course, you have stronger and healthier relationships because now you're tough, you're strong. Somebody gives you feedback, you collect it, you receive it. You are able to give feedback as well from a very constructive way, in a very constructive way, with respect, with kindness, with compassion. You are able to see life from other people's lenses and understand life through their lens instead of always feeling like you're a victim. It's time to empower yourselves. Okay? Now, how then do you empower yourself and become somebody with an empowered mindset? Because that's what I expect everybody in the Winnie School of Excellence community to embody. Powerful, empowered individuals who are doing everything within their power to become their most excellent selves. And of course, the very first thing that I've put down here is you need to start taking full responsibility for your life. Own everything. See, those people who always say and point fingers at their parents, that their parents didn't give them a good life, I beg, for how long? Your parents could only give you the best that they could give you at the time. Maybe they didn't even give you the best. Do you want to keep blaming them for their errors? Instead of you to take control of your life and say, you know what? My mom didn't do this for me. My dad didn't do this for me. But I have seen that for me to thrive in life, I have to accomplish those things that they didn't do for me. Do you want to keep blaming them or use that same energy to go and do the things that they didn't do for you? Which one is better? Which one makes more sense? Do you want to keep blaming or do you want to get up, take responsibility for where you are at and say, you know what? It's about damn time I make this change. So take responsibility for your life. Recognize that your choices, your actions, and everything that you do shape up your life. So the choice of choosing not to continue to blame people who were supposed to do things for you that didn't do it, that's a choice that is going to mar your life terribly. Come to the other side and say, they didn't do this thing, I'm going to do this for myself. Someone cheated you out of something. Why are you wallowing in the pain of what they did? Come out. You borrowed somebody money that they didn't refund you. Why are you stressing about it? Somebody with an empowered mindset will move on. Learn from the lesson. Don't borrow money again. Don't be saying, oh, I gave you money, you didn't give me back. No. Keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. So recognize that your choices and your actions shape your life. Stop blaming people and focus on what you can control. Stop blaming people for things that didn't go well in your life. Own your life. Own the bad. Own the good. Own the ugly. Own every single thing. And then from that point, you can now make a decision on what to do with your life. And somebody who is building an empowered mindset will not decide to stay stuck in the point of blaming, but will rather do the things that they need to do to effect the changes that they need to effect in their lives. So that's the very first thing you need to do. Take full responsibility. Stop blaming people. Stop blaming people, okay? Second thing you need to do is you need to have a mindset shift. The next time you encounter a challenge, instead of thinking or having the mindset that life is unfair, can you start seeing that challenge as an opportunity for your growth? Can you start seeing that challenge as an opportunity to go to the next level of your life? You are at work, you occupy your position in the office, and your boss has told you, okay, I need you to start doing this thing this way, or I need you to learn how to do this thing. Instead of being complacent and telling yourself, but I can't do it. Who says you can't do it? Why not master the skill to do it? Look at the challenge of, okay, I can't do this thing now, but I'm willing to learn how to do it. There's information at my fingertip. Do I need to access a course or buy a course? Do I need to attend a seminar? Do I need to watch a video online? Do I need to go under the mentorship of somebody? Do I need to go ask somebody questions? So instead of having the blocked mindset that, this one is not for me, I beg. Change your mindset. Open it up and start asking, okay, how do I get better and become more effective at this? When I was getting ready to go into the next level of my life, this was very recently, I knew that the things that we're going to be doing with the Winnie School of Excellence was going to require me to level up and step up in a way that I have never leveled up before because of the kind of decisions that we're going to be making, the kind of investments, the kind of weighty things I'm going to be doing. And I needed to build and master leadership skills that I never had before. This was me moving up to the next level of my life. It was a challenge. When God gave me the instructions that I needed to do this year, wanted me to do this year, I'm like, hey. I had goosebumps literally when I was receiving the instructions. But instead of saying, I beg, this one pass me, I beg. Me, I just want to live baby girl life and soft life and sip margarita on the beach. I didn't, instead of saying that, what did I do? I started equipping myself with information. I went on Apple Books, bought all the books I could find on business leadership and business growth and business development. I went on YouTube, watched as many videos as I could watch. I'm still watching and I'm still learning. And trust me when I say that, I've become so empowered in that field that now I can take on anything. And I'm not joking, with power and confidence. I now understand leadership processes. I understand how to set up structures, how to have effective team members that produce results, how to handle projects and ensure that the projects turn out excellently well. At the beginning of the year, or maybe towards the end of last year, because that was when I was setting the goals for the new year. Towards the end of last year, those things look like challenges for me. They look like mountains. You know that scripture that says, by my God, I leap over this wall and I run through a troop. Those things were like troops. They were like mountains. They were walls. But I had to empower myself with information to leap over them and run through the troop. Now I've overcome that challenge and I've empowered myself to become this person because I have an empowered mindset. If I had a victim mindset, I would not have been able to do the things I needed to do to grow and come out. So I'm challenging you today. The next time you encounter a challenge, see it as an opportunity to grow instead of seeing it as life is being unfair to you. This next one here is very, very explanatory and is one of my favorite ones. Challenge negative thoughts. The next time you say something like, I can't do something, replace that thought with, how can I? How can I do it? Don't ever say I can't, because you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. You are a full-blown human being with a brain, a functional one. Eyes, nose, ears, mouth, hands, legs. You can and you should. So the next time you see something and you're like, oh no, this one is bigger than me, challenge yourself and say, how can I? When you ask that question, you rewire your brain to start looking for solutions for you to overcome that challenge. That's how you become somebody with an empowered mentality. Okay? I'm going to breeze through the next point so that this video is not overly long. Next one is stop looking down on yourself. Know your worth and stand tall for it. Respect yourself enough to demand respect from others. Stop looking down on yourself. You are somebody who is valuable, talented, skillful. You may not have discovered your talent or your skill yet. Doesn't mean you don't have that talent and skill inside of you. My dear, you already have it. You just need to discover it. So what I said to you is, stop looking down on yourself. Stop devaluing your valuable self. You need to go learn about yourself and how powerful the one who made you. And then start seeking to find this value that you have, this treasure, literal treasure in earthen vessel that you have, that you are. And then notice these things and start putting to work. Start developing them. Start working on developing these things, these core skills, this competence that you will start to discover that you have. Start developing them and then empower yourselves. Okay? The next one, of course, is empower yourself with new information. Get new knowledge. Open yourself to new perspectives, new ideas. Open yourself to information. You have a fixed mindset which leads to a victim mentality because you've closed up your mind to the possibility of life ever happening for you. Life is always happening for everybody. It's only happening at the level or capacity at which you want it to happen. So if life is happening for you here and life is happening for me here, it's not because I have 10 heads. It's not because I have 10 heads. It's because I have come to know that life can happen for me here. Then I went to acquire the knowledge, the skill, the wisdom, and everything I needed to thrive on life here. So you that are here can also come here. If you would do the same thing I've done, acquire the knowledge, develop yourself. It's all from a place of love, guys. I love you all so much. I'm rooting for you all so highly, and I know that we will all end up becoming the most excellent, empowered versions of ourselves. with the help of God. That's the vision. The next one here is, of course, master the art of emotional intelligence. Know what you're feeling and where that feeling is coming from. Then decide how best to respond. An emotionally intelligent person is a powerful person. You know when to talk and when not to talk. You know when to act and when not to act. You know exactly what to do and what not to do based on the emotions that you're feeling. I need to pick up my phone to get some of my points because the iPad just went off. The next point that I've put down here on how you can develop an empowered mindset is to practice gratitude. Instead of focusing on things that are not working, can you focus on the things that are working and be grateful for it? Okay, you're currently living in a house that maybe has maybe it doesn't have a gated community, or maybe it's a noisy place. At least you have roof over your head. Can you be grateful for that roof you have over your head? Right? Whilst you are envisioning living in a better house or in a better environment, can you be grateful for what you already have? That's a way to be empowered. Instead of saying, this house is so noisy, always complaining about the house, complaining about the environment, complaining about your neighbors, can you even just see the good in it? Maybe you have good neighbors where you can go and borrow sugar and salt from. Come and live in some houses in this other side of the planet where people can go year in, year out. They don't know each other. You don't even know your neighbor. That's not a good way to live. So at least you can still go to your neighbor's house and borrow sugar when your sugar has run out. Get what I'm saying? So be grateful for the little things. That's how the bigger things will come to you. Okay? This next one, of course, is very important. And it's just simply become solution-minded. I've said this, I think, as I was talking in the past. Become solution-minded. Instead of saying, okay, this is the problem, say, what is the solution? Every time you encounter a situation that seems like a problem, don't dwell on the problem. Me, I'm always about solution. The people around me know, okay. You've said the problem once. Can I hear the solution? Don't be repeating the problem. There's no need. That energy you're using to repeat it, I understand the problem. What is the solution? They know not to bring me problems. In fact, that's how I'm training my team members now. Don't bring me problems. As you are bringing up the problem, before you come to me, what you should be coming to me with are the ideas for the solution, not the problem. I'm not interested in your problem. That's how you become somebody who is empowered, somebody who sees a problem, and the next thing you're thinking is, how can I solve this problem? What can I do to solve this problem? Who do I need to know to solve this problem? Who can I go to solve this problem? Who can I call to solve this problem? You become problem-solving oriented instead of always dwelling on the problem itself. That's how you empower yourself. The next one I put down here is actually also one of my favorite one, and it says, take intentional action. You need to take intentional action when you have encountered a problem. Instead of complain about it, can you outline the actionable steps you need to take to fix that particular problem? This is something we're going to be teaching at the Masterclass with Winnie 1.0. How to create actionable steps that are tailor-made for your purpose and vision, for not just the purpose and the vision, but the challenges that will come up as a result of you going to achieve or attain that purpose or create that or make that vision a reality. That's what the Masterclass will do for you. We're going really in depth. You don't want to miss it. I always say to people, right, when you encounter a situation, don't be like the one who is standing in front of a skyscraper building and you are looking up at the building and wonder, oh my God, how do I get there? Will I ever get there? Oh my God, this building is so high. Don't do that. What you need to do is what? Take the first step in front of you. There is a step that will lead you upstairs. All you need to do is what? Put one leg in front of the other and be climbing the step small. All it will take you is what? Time. But guess what? You will get to the top. That's how people look at their problems. They see a problem. Oh, man, this one is bigger than me. I beg. Don't look at the problem. Find out, what can I do every day? Small steps. What small steps can I take every day that can help me solve this problem? That's how you develop an empowered mindset. This next one, of course, again, is another favorite one of mine. You need to surround yourself with empowering people. Surround yourself with quality people who, they keep you on your toes. That's why I always say the people you have around you matter a lot. Don't have people who are complacent. Don't have people who are nonchalant with their lives around you. You are somebody who is looking to become the most excellent version of yourself. You cannot afford to have people who are nonchalant around you. So you need to surround yourself with people who reinforce your belief of who reinforce that mentality of I can do it, who charge you up without even talking. You see them winning on their lane. It keeps you on your toes. That's something I enjoy with my relationship with Moji and even Kisiwa. Those ladies are high achievers. I mean, we are all high achievers. And I look at them, I'm inspired by how they go for their dreams and achieve and win at the things that they set out to do. And then they inspire me and keep me on my toes. They also tell me that I keep them on their toes as well with how I'm going for and achieving the things that I want to achieve. You need to be that about yourself as well. And then surround yourself with people who can do that for you. At least that's the least that anybody around you should be able to do for you. Inspire you without even talking much. Inspire you with their own lives. That's how you develop an empowered mindset. Okay? This last one, I'm going to write a whole book on this last one. It's my next passion project after the first 2 books I'm writing. Just in case you don't know, I'm working on 2 major books. The style book, I know I promised you guys last year, but the style book is almost done. What was delaying the style book was we needed to do illustrations. That book needs to be visually appealing. So we needed to work on some illustrations to make it visually appealing. We're done with that part now, and then we're putting, finally, the book is going to come out. I promise, I have not forgotten. The second book is a book that's called From Stuck to Unstoppable. That one, oh my goodness gracious God. That book is one book that, I poured my heart and my soul into that book. And anybody who is looking to change their lives and turn their lives around using just 2 very simple principles, just 2 in that book, reading it will literally change your life. You should also maybe click the link in the description box down below. We're going to create a wait list and a Telegram group for anyone who is interested in purchasing the book. We're almost done with that book. It will be out soon. So join the wait list so you're the first person to know when the book eventually comes out. The third one I'm going to be working on will be on developing an abundant mindset. See that one, I need to write a whole book on how to have an abundant mindset because it deserves it. And that's one way to empower yourself to to have an empowered mindset. You need to be able to see that opportunities are available for you everywhere and in every place. Even when it seems like opportunities are not there, you look at life and you're like, opportunity everywhere. Reminds me of that story in the Bible about Joshua and Caleb and the 10 other spies that were sent to go spy the land. 10 of them said, no, we can't do this. So these people are so giant, they are mighty, we can't take them. Joshua and Caleb saw differently when the other 10 spies were seeing what? Hardship, challenges, evil. Because those ones already, of course, have victim mentality. But Joshua and Caleb had an empowered mindset. They saw that they could take up the land. Having an abundant mindset actually helps you have an empowered mindset. Because when you have an abundant mindset, you know that all things work out for your good. Everything you need is available. You don't lack anything in your life. You will stop saying, you won't be joining people that are saying, economy is not hard. Economy is not hard. You just need to change the way you see things. You need to change your eyes. Simple. And that's what that book on abundance mindset is going to be about. That's my next project, and I'm going to work on it passionately for you all as well. And that's pretty much all the points that I've outlined here on how you can transform yourself from somebody with a victim mentality to an empowered mentality. I put something here. You are not a victim of your life. You are the creator of your future. And the only way you can create the future that you so truly deserve is when you have an empowered mindset to back up your actions. Victim mentality will keep you stuck. Victim mentality will keep you at the lowest level of life. It's time for you to empower yourself, effect the change, do the hard work, and become the most empowered version of your life. That's pretty much all that I have to share with you today on today's topic. I hope you learned a thing or two. I know that I personally learned something from even just talking and sharing with you all. And if there's a point that I missed out on how we can develop this empowered mindset, let's continue the conversation as usual in the comment section down below. Remember, Masterclass with Winnie 1.0 is happening on the 7th of June at the Radisson Blue Ikeja GRA, and you can register to be an on-site attendee, or you can register online and join us online, okay? Get all the information using the link in the description box down below. It will take you to the website where we have more detailed information, all the questions you may have asked. And then if you want to contact us personally, you also have the contact information on the website as well. But make sure that you do everything within your power to attend this Masterclass with Winnie 1.0. It's going to be life-changing. I'll see you next time with another video. Until then, remember to stay very, very excellent. Take care.